Hi there, I'm Matt from Burton Watersboatsales here in Lincoln. Welcome to this walkthrough video on this stock Sealine SC35 that we've got behind me. So first of all, she's a 2009 built boat, and as I mentioned, she's one of our stock boats. So she's recently been in our workshops here in Lincoln, had a full cut and polish, and the bottom's been anti-fouled as well. Including that as well, it's had a full outdrive service, and the engines were recently serviced prior to us taking it in, and it comes with a 3-month engine warranty. So, first of all, as hopefully you'll see in the video, it's got a great shine to the gel. The hull is in very, very good condition. There's no scrapes or gouges or anything along those lines. So it's all very, very well presented. You also see, obviously, got the full cockpit enclosure. It's about 2 years old, so again, in excellent condition. And both the roof and the inner part of the roof were replaced at the same time as well. Just taking onto the platform, you'll see it's actually got flexi teak on both the platform and in the cockpit as well, which we've done recently. Obviously a lot easier to maintain than real teak, and looks just as good nowadays. One of the nice options on this Sealine 35 is the tender chocks. So they fold out from the platform and store away when they're not needed. But obviously it means carrying a tender is made a lot easier and a little bit easier to secure. But bringing you into the cockpit now on the SC35. So first of all, you can see it's got the grey upholstery in here, which isn't the original upholstery. It's been upgraded at some point in its life. You've got the cockpit table that folds out, and also the table drops down and makes into a sun pad area when needed. On the starboard side, you've got your wet bar, so you've got a sink with hot and cold water, and just beneath the counter you've got your fridge for your drinks. There's also a little bit of storage underneath there. There was an option on the 35s to have a barbecue fitted underneath here. This one hasn't got it. It can always be retrofitted, but most of the ones that we take in have never been used. So, but if you need one, we can always fit one. Just taking you onto the helm position now on the 35. Lovely helm position. You've got 2 seats on here with the bolsters as well. Everything falls quite easy to hand, so you've got your throttle controls and your bow thruster control as well. On this particular one, you've got the Raymarine C80 chart plotter with integrated radar. And then you've got your speed and depth, as well as your autopilot control as well. Engine-wise, she's fitted with the Volvo Penta twin D4 260 horsepower engines, and the engine hours are about 850. One of the big selling points on the Sealine SC35 is the opening roof. It's a huge opening when it's back, and obviously for the UK weather as well, it's dead easy to use, and obviously you can go from having a fully open boat to a closed boat within a blink of an eye. So dead easy to use. Just push it all the way back. You got to make sure it's all lined up nicely, and then it gives you a huge opening. As well as that, the side panels of the canopy do come off on both sides, and of course the aft cockpit canopy comes off. Just bringing you down below now on the Sealine SC35. The first thing you'll notice is this huge skylight. So it's lovely and light down here. Typically sports cruiser boats are quite dark and dingy down below, but this one is lovely and light. There is a blind as well to close this off if someone was sleeping in the saloon. Your galley's on your starboard side, and she's all gas. So you've got a 2-burner gas hob and gas oven beneath the counter. Plenty of storage as well in cupboards overhead. It's also got your sink. And there's another fridge down here. So you've got a fridge for your beer in the cockpit, and you've got a fridge for your beer in the galley. Your saloon's on the port side. Really nice seating, directly opposite the TV as well. And this area again does convert to a double berth if needed. This particular boat's just had brand new carpets throughout the saloon and in each cabin as well. And then over on the far side again, you've got a bit more storage overhead, and then you've got your Fusion audio system located in the cupboard over here. The Sealine's got diesel heating, Eberspacher diesel heating, which runs throughout the cabins and saloon area. Just taking you forward to your master cabin. A really good sized double berth in here. Steps up on either side. And then you've got his bit of storage overhead as well on either side. There's a really good hanging locker on the port side. And what's quite interesting about the 35, start the pitch. So you've fitted with a Jabsco toilet, which goes into a holding tank. And then you've got your sink. And then again, you've got a nice separate shower compartment in there. With a separate door. Close that off to keep the rest of the heads nice and dry. And just taking you aft into your second cabin. This is one of the big selling points of the 35 as well. So you've actually got 3 beds in here. So it's great for kids or great for the grandkids. And the minute you've got your sun pad cushion stored in here. So even if you didn't have anyone staying in, it's a great cabin for storage. I'm 6'2", there's still a bit of heady standing space at the end of the beds. Some great storage on the 35. So if I lift up the floor in the saloon area, there's a big storage bin in there. And then also underneath the steps, it's quite clever. A couple of bins built in, as well as another bit of a storage locker under the middle step as well. As I mentioned earlier, this is a stock boat, so it comes with a 3-month engine warranty. It's not a return to base warranty, so if you have an issue, if the boat goes down to the south coast or elsewhere in the UK, if you have a fault with it, you just call us and we'll look to send one of our engineers down to see you. So you've got a pair of twin D4 260s, 4 cylinders. As I mentioned, the engine hour is about 850. This boat has had a bit of a varied life in terms of where it's been used. So it started off life in France, and then we took the boat in quite a few years ago now as one of our stock boats back then. We sold the boat here into the marina here in Lincoln, and then the boat went down to the Thames. It's also been used down in the southwest of the UK. So, and then, as I say, it's found its way back up here to Lincoln, where we've taken it in. So it's had a mixture of both river use, but also coastal use as well. Over on the far side, you've got your calorifier, your hot water tank. You've got automatic fire extinguisher down here. Everything's very easy to get to. So your dipsticks for your oil, and then also you've got your weed catcher as well. Everything's nicely laid out and easily accessible. This is a very safe boat for getting around on the 35. So you've got great side decks on here. You don't have to take your canopy off to get down the side decks, and the handrail comes all the way back. And then you've also got a handrail up on the roof as well. As you go along, you've got your water fillers, and then you've got your holding tank, pump out filler as well. Up the front, you've got your foot switches for your anchor windlass. It can also be controlled from the helm position as well. And you've also got your space up here for your bow cushions, which are stored away in the aft cabin at the minute. Just like to thank you for watching this video on the Sealine SC35 that we've got in stock here. The price of the boat is $159,950, and we'd be happy to consider a part exchange. So please feel free to call us for any more information.